Hello, friends. Roy Mathewson for Congress here, sharing with you a concern of mine, a very serious concern. Let me start by reading a summary of a few acts that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, is using to justify his actions against some illegal immigrants. Start here. The Alien and Sedition Acts of 1798 were passed by the Federalist-controlled Congress, consisting of four laws that raised citizenship residency requirements, empowered the president to deport aliens, and criminalized speech critical of the government, sparking controversy and contributing to the Federalist Party's decline. That's a good summary. But specifically, and in fact, it makes sense. The president might want to deport some aliens from our country. However, the specific act that the president is using in order to deport aliens from our country is the Alien Enemies Act. It allows the president to imprison or deport aliens from countries that are at war with the United States. To the best of my knowledge, the United States is not at war with Venezuela. What we've done with the men and or women who were rounded up, they might have been gang members, I don't know. They might have committed crimes in the United States, I don't know. The reality is the president has authorized himself to act in such a way that is contrary to the law. He says, I can deport these men and imprison them in the country of El Salvador at the cost of $6 million in order to help fund El Salvador's prison system that they've built. And he's acting in a way that is inconsistent with the rule of law. The law clearly says we need to be at war with that enemy country in order to deport or imprison their people. What we're doing right now is not okay. And I am outraged by it. I'm offended by Mr. Trump's cruelty. Quite frankly, the law, the issue isn't even the law for me. It is, in fact, his cruelty. Pastor Martin Niemöller, during the time of the rise of the Third Reich, was a fan of the Nazis. When they came to power, he was a fan of that. And in the 1930s and into the 40s, he was a fan of most of that. However, he was eventually arrested because he stood against what the Nazi Party was doing as far as taking over the churches. His concern became, oh my gosh, there's no one to speak out against what is happening to me because everybody who would speak out for me is gone. And he wrote a poem afterwards called First They Came. And it starts with the line, first they came for the communists, but I said nothing because I wasn't a communist. And then they came for the others and it goes on like that. I've got it pinned to my website in case you want to read the whole text. But the reality is, I've studied the Holocaust. I've studied genocides. I've studied how ethnic cleansing works. And I recognize that if we don't speak out for these men who have had all of their rights denied to them by the U.S. government, very cruelly in my opinion, then what we're doing is we're saying, okay, it will be okay for you to come for the next group, and then the next group. And the next group might include somebody that we care about, that we love. This is not okay. We need to act. We need to do something about it. So I'm starting this by getting this video out on the interwebs, and I'm going to try and get a group together for a meeting where we can actually come together and say and come up with a resolution saying this is what we expect of our government and of our representatives. I will post that event and I will share more video information about that as it comes together, but I do hope you will join me in that event. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope the economy isn't tanking too much for you, the cost of things going up or scaring you about your job, things like that. I do hope that everything that I'm sharing is overwhelmed, is not realistic, and that I'm worrying about nothing. But in case I'm not worrying about nothing, in case I'm worrying about something that is truly important, I ask you to pay attention on this site for more details about a meeting that is coming. Thank you.